no matter what happens, if you put Ruud van Nistelrooy in, Ruud van Nistelrooy gets you comfortably to the end of the season. And the simple reason is the fans will not turn on Ruud van Nistelrooy like they wouldn't turn on Ole. Ole had a good start.
That's what worries me.
The fans.
That worries
me.
me.
What I'm saying is,
the fans.
Now we turned on Ole.
Bad. Yeah, well, it did at the end, but not at the start because it was good.
Ruud has a better record than what Ole had as a manager. He had a better record. Do you know what I mean? Albeit for a season. But if he brings him in, the fans will get behind Ruud van Nistelrooy because
that bit's true. It's an easy win. In terms of
it's an easy win. Exactly.
It's an easy win to get to the end of the season. If everybody knows, if it's an easy interim, one because he's already there, and two because we all love him, right? The only problem it would only get people would take some shit results here and there if they know Ineos are trying to get the manager in the summer, of whoever they want. So it's just, we'll take licks. This ain't the long-term project, and he's rude. But if it gets crazy though, if you're losing 3-0, people are coming up to Old Trafford and beating us, average teams and that, people will just go mad again. Like they do now. People will just go mad
and
again.
The flip side to that is that when Ole came in, we won the first 13 games in a row. Imagine if Ruud came in and we won the first 13 games in a row, and then we gave him the job. Then results start going bad. Then you'll have one portion of the family.
Yeah,
but then
let him do it, and then if he does well, just still don't give him it. just learn.
No, I'll be honest. Don't do it. Don't do it to Ruud. I've been very vocal. Like I'm saying it with I go with my heart on a lot of things, as you can tell. But with Ruud, he's my personal favorite player, but also he's a good, at PSV, he turned out to be a good coach. I've seen him on the coach's voice. I've seen he's not just an attacking manager. He actually knows how to play the game. Yeah. He won the league with them, didn't he? Or he won something big. Or he won the Cup, maybe. KMVB Cup. That's it. But he can definitely be good. But it is that he's never. I don't see how just human to human or man to man, I don't see how he can then become the manager for a few months. Let's go through all scenarios. Manager for a few months, he gets him to the end of the season and then gets demoted to second string again to assistant manager. I don't see that happening. Could he then go on and springboard off and do another job elsewhere? Maybe, but we all expected that with Ole, who actually did, on the grand scheme of things, an okay job, but he didn't win enough. And I think what we're going to get into an issue with is, and I want to put this out there as a kind of question, in terms of a project, there's a couple of project managers that I've got in mind that I think, okay, fair enough. They don't give me the same fizz as what Ten Hag did at Ajax. None of them do, frankly. I think we're underestimating how great his Ajax team was and where they were before and after he came in. But is there now a manager that you can say that will come in for, let's say, 2.5 years, because forget the 18-month bit. Let's say they have to go through what every single Man United manager has to go through, where the fans do turn at some point, where we get a taste of the good life, and then we get crashing back down to earth, and people who want a project realize what a project actually is. What manager over 2.5, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year period, let's say 5 years, do you want at the club?
Nagelsmann, Julian Nagelsmann.
No, he won't come. No, he just took the Germany job for the next World Cup.
I want to see how Brighton recruited their manager, because they brought a young man in. Is it 31, 32 years ago?
31,
or whatever?
Yeah.
31. That's what I want to see. I want to see something completely off the wall.
You can do that at Brighton, though, fans. You can do that at Brighton. You can get away with it at Brighton. You can get away with it.
You can get away with what you want at Man United, lad. We're 14th.
Yeah, if you win. I mean, to be fair, it's not necessarily getting away with it, is it? Because he's winning football matches. And I'll be whoever it is. Whoever it is.
If he comes to Old Trafford next year, do not be surprised if he comes to Old Trafford next year.
Whoever it is, it's about getting results. It's just about getting results,
Yeah, because I've heard Inzaghi, which... No, yeah, fair. But I've heard Inzaghi, which is a fair shout. But looking at that system at Inter, you need some pretty smart ass players to do it. I think we saw Neve on Sky Sports talking about Bastoni being one of the better centre backs. It's because you have to have a certain system in order to do that. Inzaghi has imposed a pretty haphazard system, and you have to have certain players in order to run it. So we don't have those players. And, will he come in and then impart a whole new thing with that? And yeah, Arteta, you're right. Asaf, you're absolutely right with that comment. Arteta was a wild choice, still 8-8-5th. We saw that there was some good football, but 8-8-5th. So who is the manager? So Inzaghi is a fair one, but I can see Seb Hernus. I can see some managers like that kind of coming out the woodwork, but we're not convinced about any of them, obviously, and we can't be. Amorim is another choice, but
I'm less. I'll be honest, Dev. I know this sounds crazy because people say, well, as a fan, if you want that manager out, tell me 3 good people who you think are better than him. Otherwise, basically, stay with this, right? But I'm less concerned. I'm not afraid for Ineos to go rogue. Like that we've tried everything, right? So we've tried experienced managers, we've tried young up and coming managers, we've tried the sexy new one who's on the way up. We've tried old school. We've tried co-signed by Sir Alex. We've tried everything, yeah. So what I've realized is that there isn't any specific proper metric of doing this thing. Like you have to just keep going, like life when you're searching for a life partner. Yes, you've got some things that you want in a partner. You've got someone who traits that you want to see and stuff like that. And when you don't see them, you move on until you try and find someone who does. If you don't see him, you move on. You keep going, you keep going, you keep going. And I just think as long as you give them enough time to show you something, if they don't show it within that time, it's perfectly fine to be like, right, it's been 2 years. It's been 18 months. I can't see anything. We're worse or we're just the same. Goodbye. We're trying something else. And if Ineos come in with that model and start saying, we will keep going till we get this thing right. We will keep going until Abramovich did it. You know, we will. And I'm not saying like, because people go, oh, that's not what Man United is. We're not a sacking club. Well, we also used to be a winning club.
Bollocks, isn't it?
We're not a club that doesn't challenge for a league title in 13
Sir Alex,
years.
we were a sacking club. It's just because we've got a manager that had a hugely successful period. So we are like, that's our legacy.
So I don't get this thing.
That's our modern
we're
legacy.
That. Yeah,
but again, things have also changed.
If Real Madrid finished 8th in La Liga and won a Copa del Rey, do you think Real Madrid would keep hold of their manager?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, definitely not.
Do you think the fans would want to keep hold of the manager?
They'll be waving them white tissues. They'll be waving them white
handkerchiefs.
That's
handkerchiefs, mate.
That's what they'll be. That's what they'll be doing though, because that's what they do there, isn't it? That's what they do. They go no.
Also, last season, Real Madrid had an injury-riddled season. No Thibaut Courtois, no David Alaba, no Eder Militao, and still won a Champions League. Also, if you look at the traditional top 6 of Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, and City, outside of Arteta and Pep, Ten Hag's been here the longest, and he's brought in 20 players. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to challenge for top 4. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to play good football.
I agree. It's facts. It's facts, mate. Honestly, it is. Yeah, absolutely. Last clip before we wrap up. Last